5 dads versus 1 fake dad. Jubilee. Let's get it.
I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
I'm a dad. I'm a
am a dad.
dad.
I'm
I'm
a
not a
dad.
dad. I'll be one day.
I'm
though.
a dad.
I hope to be
I'm
a
a
dad.
dad.
I'm a dad.
All right. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. I gotta.
I'm a dad.
He's a dad. That's it. That's his dog.
I'm a dad.
You gotta look at the posture though, because he's kind of leaning back away from the kid. You know, like I'm a dad. You don't lean back. I don't.
I am a dad.
I believe
I'm a
it.
dad.
I believe it.
I'm a dad.
I. He looks a little like, oh, you know, why is this kid here?
I'm a dad.
That's not his child. No, I'm gonna go. That he's not a dad.
I'm a dad.
He's a dad. Sure. All right, I'm sussing. I'm sussing right now. Who are we sussing right now? Let's see. I think if I were to suss, I'm gonna suss him. 3 sus. 3. Him, and him. Those 3 dudes. The other 3 I think are dads. He's definitely a dad, bro.
First thing I want to do is
De-
look at the bad.
Definitely a daughter, you know?
Yeah, okay, all right, that's pretty. Maybe we're just all tired.
Are these your everybody's only kids, or do people have more?
Only.
We have more kids.
I have a lot. So this is one of 6.
This is
I
my
have
only
6
dad.
total.
Oh,
Yeah.
Second oldest?
No, he's the second oldest.
Second oldest. How old did you say you were again?
I'm 33. But the 2
33.
older are from my husband's first marriage.
Okay.
So we have also a 14-year-old.
For me, I was like 6 kids. That's a lot to be a step parent.
That is a lot.
So I think that was one of the things that I wasn't too sure about. You know, someone wanting to be a stepdad for 6 kids.
Stepdad. That's
fun.
nice, man. Yeah.
Who isn't like, okay. I think it's him, bro. It's just really awkward. But he's also not holding his kid. But like, would you hold your kid? Like, I think I would, you know, have an arm on my kid or do like that if they're young, carry them. He's a dad though. He has to be. I think it's he kind of sussing him now more though. This
He's
guy.
not the stepdad. He's the dad that stepped up.
Truly. I've got one other. I've got a son. He was just born. He's a month old. Dante, and then her.
I have 2. This is my oldest, and then my daughter. She's 7 years old.
All
So
right.
those are the only 2 that I have right now. I do
All
want
right.
at least 3
I'm
more.
gonna be
You
eating
know,
some
I
food.
have
So
five.
excuse me.
Keep going.
We're all gonna have families here. Yeah, let's go for it.
I'm a single dad, so I have to find how to have them.
I got one more. Same thing. He's 7, and he's the last one. 2 is enough.
3 months in, I feel like I'm done too.
I want a football team, basically.
Yo.
I'm curious, like, what's the most shocking thing, or maybe most difficult thing about fatherhood? Because that's something maybe we can all relate to.
I think for me is
How old is he? His kid looks a little too old, unless he had like a kid when he was really young. But that kid is like what I'd say like what 12, 11 maybe, and he looks like he's in his late 20s, but not in his 30s.
I didn't feel like a dad. It was
Maybe
more like a
I'm
school
wrong.
project,
I
just gotta make sure it's all right.
I'm not too good with ages.
First, I thought it was him because like he was kind of tossing the kid around. I was like, oh Jesus, it's got to be like an uncle type figure.
Yeah.
The part that's probably comes the hardest is the growing up part. It seems kind of cheesy, but really, like every day she does something new. There was one weekend that we had a nice little weekend, me and my wife, and she was with my parents. And she came back that weekend knowing a few more words, and I was upset that I missed that. Like just
Damn.
those little moments that you miss. And like, I don't ever want you to take her again. You can't. No. I don't want her learning anything else at your house. It's okay. What's wrong?
I think the hardest thing for me was
Sorry.
learning
That was
how
so
not
random.
fragile like kids are, because like
that's so
you always hear about like all the fun stuff that you get to do with kids and play with them and stuff, but nobody ever talks about how when you hurt them, how it's gonna affect you. Like the first time you drop them, you're playing a little too rough, but you're tough, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
I'm so concerned
sure.
about this little girl. I'm like, dude, like everybody, I'm always making sure they're washing their hands, like making sure they're like, oh, you didn't pet any dogs, did you? Oh, I can't.
I was having second thoughts on Elijah too, only because he was younger than him.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Elijah's also suspicious. I think I'm gonna have to piggyback off that too. Like not just
He does have an
emotional
infant though, to
toll,
be
but,
fair
like, the
though, but
physical toll. Like
I
you're not
respect the
just
sus.
physically there for your child. Like you're emotionally there for them all the time. They become a mini. Like this is my mini me, essentially, right? Like everything, my values and everything becomes him, right?
It looked like they were like uncle nephew because they were like playing around a lot and
Oh, also, that Nathan and Aiden were wearing matching necklaces. Everything is both harder and easier than I expected it to be. So it's like a lot of like the mechanics of like, I have 3 under 3. So like putting them into the car is like so difficult. But then everyone's like, oh, how are you like doing bedtimes and stuff? And it's like
I'd vote him in the back. Him. That guy. Kevin. No wait. No, him. What's his name? I
He was
missed the
just carrying
names.
the baby kind of like sitting down instead of just putting it to the side.
I voted for Nathan because I just didn't get that dad energy from him, from somebody who would have had their kids so young and gone through all the
That's
things
what
that
I'm
dads
saying.
do go through for the first time.
I think it's Nathan.
These planets are only
These
young.
ads, bro. And you probably won't. Sorry.
Surprised because I thought it was gonna be Elijah, but they all voted for us because Austin's son voted for us.
For those of you who were at the birth of your child, or for those of you who were there for part of the pregnancy, what was that experience like for you?
For her, because first kid, you take all those classes and things. We did like hypnosis classes to help mom get through it. And then when the day happened, none of it happened the way that we trained for it. It didn't happen that way. And I was getting yelled at and she was screaming. I was just trying to be nice and quiet and just whatever you need. And she was like, I need you to go away. I'm like, okay.
Anybody faint?
No,
Bro, imagine it ends up to be him. You know how crazy that would be?
They were focused on her. I'm so focused.
Because
on
that looks
her,
like his
and
daughter,
every
like
doctor in the room
dead
was looking
ass.
at me,
I
and I'm
don't.
like, hey, like.
Sorry.
Game time, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
would be insane,
yeah."
bro.
And I sat down and realized, like, "Oh no, I'm not."
You have to play it off for.
Yeah, because if I'm going, like, it's her time to shine.
Yeah.
I gotta sit back and be the supportive dad. And,
So I wasn't there for
Fuck, yawning is contagious, huh?
pregnancies because I was step parent and foster, but I will say when I was in the process of like dating a guy with kids, I Google searched like gay stepdad, like looking for books.
Oh,
Do not do that.
Oh. Yo. Wait.
Front line.
I'm not even gonna go
Shout
back.
out my girlfriend. She was pushing, and it didn't seem like she was. So all the doctors were like, "Good push, good push," and I was like,
yeah,
"Really?"
that's the thing. Is like everybody always talks about the yelling noise. Like you see it in the movies, but the reality is when they're pushing, it's more like
Yeah.
it's like a clench.
I was like, "Are you doing anything?"
So I work at I don't even know why I'm saying this, but I work at a hospital. It's nothing crazy. No doctor, no nurse or nothing. But I work in the supply distribution. So sometimes when I'm like supplying a room, we have to go to. Sorry, I thought there was someone. We have to go to the labor and delivery room, and I've had the opportunity, which is crazy, to hear births, and it's crazy, bro. You feel bad. It's tough, the screaming and stuff. But when it's over, it's over, and it's nice. But dude, sometimes these women, they go into labor and it's fucking forever, bro. Like it's a long time, and yeah, it's tough. That was random, but
During the pregnancy,
is real.
So I was 19, so I was a sophomore in college, and that was probably the most.
Does that add up? When I went to college, was I 18? Freshman? I guess so. I guess it adds up.
Difficult part because I was in a fraternity too.
You coulda slipped
and
up,
They
you
were
coulda
all
slipped
going
up.
out, and everybody was doing their thing, and I was so left out.
Is that your dad?
Yes, that's my dad. His name is Nathan. I kind of had some beef with Dominic because he was all asking me questions like, "Are you sure he's your dad?" I was like, "Yes, I'm sure he's my dad."
You know your dad's name. That's
Yeah.
good
He's
stuff.
27 years old.
His relationship with Aiden seems more of one of two brothers. You can just kind of see in the way they interact, the way they look at each other.
Tell him, why do we even come here? You don't even know why fully.
Yeah, you need to pay taxes and stuff.
What's your earliest memory of your dad? Earliest thing you remember?
Oh.
I remember like him trying to make me laugh, but that wouldn't really work with me.
I'm funny.
something was off about him. He just wasn't
That's
really
true.
communicating
It's
with his
kind of weird. That
daughter.
was kind of weird.
Give us your best dad joke.
Oh man, no one's. Yeah, I'm not funny.
That was pretty funny.
You know when a joke becomes a dad joke, right? When it becomes apparent.
Okay, that was a good one.
Oh my
How
god,
about you?
bro.
What's your favorite memory? Yeah.
So I was with my mom a lot. That basically whole entire week. I was able to see my new baby sister, and I finally saw her. I was excited. Let me spend most of the time with you guys.
Think you can find out who's the fake daddy?
Well, subscribe to the channel to find out.
Piss off.
Body
Sorry.
language. I saw a kid pat Nathan on the back, and I was like, "Ooh, no, we didn't like that."
Just seemed to me like Aiden answered like that was really his dad. So that made me question my whole thing. And then at the last minute when we go up to vote, I'm like,
I'm really
I don't
bad at
think it's
this, bro.
Nathan anymore. So that's why I wrote down Nikki.
Cause then that was sus. I like that they voted them out, but now he's sus. Cause if I think of a memory with my dad, I mean one of the first ones that comes to mind is like, I don't know, getting put on the bus to go to preschool or something, or him taking me to preschool, or being at the park and him, you know, on the with me on the swings, or you know, it's just something that quickly, instantaneously comes to your head. I get that this kid is like, you know, fucking like 9, but I don't know. Even the dad too. You gotta.
If
you gotta
everyone feels confident
quicker on
that
your
you
thoughts.
already caught the mole, you can end the game now. But if the majority has doubt, the game will continue. Please raise your hand if you want to continue
Oh
playing.
man.
So continue playing.
That's 2 out of 5. Okay. So we will not continue the
Oh,
game.
all right.
If the lights turn green,
It's probably him, bro. Or it's probably. Oh my god. It's probably someone. So it's probably him.
liar's still in the square, and you lost. 3,
I think it's gonna turn. I think it's gonna turn green.
1.
Yes. It had to have been, bro, with the button up, right?
On the count of 3,
It had
if
to
the
be.
mole can step forward
Had
and
to be.
reveal himself
Had to be.
along with his partner in crime. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was small.
It was kind of too obvious, to be honest.
I messed up.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna let me down from the beginning. I was trying so hard, but I knew
Yeah.
like a
It was my fault.
27-year-old,
They're brothers, right?
The 27-year-old, he's just gonna let me down.
They could have picked a younger kid.
Way longer than I want to admit. So.
Are they just
How
strangers?
are you guys related? Are you related?
Or, yeah.
Yeah, we're brothers.
Makes sense. Yeah.
You almost got me at taxes though.
I had my intuition from the beginning, and guess dad brain's a thing.
Am I a dad? Nah. Yo, but like, it's like, oh my god. Hold on.
No, it was exciting. Held it together.
He was
good.
sus
I would
too,
hope
though.
that people
But
see
it's
this
alright.
and just see how many different kinds of fathers there
It got me with the 27-year-old, and the kid, he was like 12. I'm like, dude, you had to. I mean, I guess you could have kids when you're really young if you mess up, but man, it's crazy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We got it right. I guess I'm a good non-dad spot. Oh, all teens. Oh wait, teen dad. 5 sets of triplets and 1 fake one. How do they do that? Yo. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys. Oh, check out Jubilee. And I linked it down below. And subscribe to them. And yeah, thank you guys. And we'll see you guys next time.